This is the K-Pop Cast. I'm your host, Stephanie, and today we're discussing CORTIS' latest comeback, RedRed and TNT, from their new album, Green Green.
Yes, and we'll share our hit replays from 82 Major and Islet. But before we get into that, guys, don't forget to join the K-Pop Cast listener family on Slack and help us, please, by chipping in for show costs. Links to everything in the episode description.
Special thanks, Dina, for your last contribution. Now for hit replays. I'm your host, Stephanie.
And I'm your PD Michaela, guys, and hit replays are our K-pop song recommendations for the week. So Stephanie, kick us off with your hit replay, because I almost feel like we've switched our usual picks for this week, right?
I was almost going to pick yours, TBH.
Yeah.
All right, but mine is a cutesy, dreamy girl group. It's Islet, Get Ready With Me. So GRWM, standing for Get Ready With Me, is the first track off of Hybe girl group Islet's latest mini album. I'm going to attempt to say the name of the mini album. Pray for me. It is Mami Lapi Natapai.
Okay.
And I looked it up. The title of the mini album stands for A Game of Wits, where both desire each other, but no one takes the first step.
Oh.
So they're kind of teetering on liking each other and approaching each other. And Get Ready With Me totally embodies that kind of high school girl getting ready. It's like done in a makeup tutorial format, and it's a drum and bass track. But like what I really like is the contrast of the vocals being so airy, dreamy, cute, long drawn out notes, harmonies, descending scales, with the drum and bass percussion, the really rapid fire that sound underneath. It's like really comforting to me how those two complement each other. And I can't help but say it does remind me of something maybe New Jeans would put out, and I miss them dearly.
Yeah, that's always been the thing, right? When it comes to Islet and New Jeans sound, how they really are kind of like parallel with each other when it comes to how like their general soundscape. But with Islet though, I always feel like they would lean in more to like the EDM or like dance music, whereas like New Jeans would lean more to the R&B side.
True.
Slightly.
But your hit replay,
yeah,
like I said, I almost chose this one. So I contain multitudes. I enjoy both of these sounds. What's yours?
Yeah, quite well. So we talked about getting to know each other in high school. My hit replay is more about like getting to know each other as like adults, maybe even like college age. My hit replay is "Sign" by 82 Major. I want to call it sexy, but I don't want to call them sexy. You know what it is? Because 82 Major,
Are they not old enough?
They're not old. Like, okay, they're babies to me. Either whatever age they are, they're babies to me. Like they debuted back in 2023 under Great M, and after last year, SM actually acquired like a large majority of shares in their company. And so since their last comeback trophy, they've been able to have a lot more financial support for their like very much like self-produced project. Like they, like CORTIS, are kind of almost a young creative crew in which all the members are very involved in production, and especially with this song title track and this album that it's a part of called Feel M or Film, which is like a combination of the two words like feeling and film. So they're able to tell, their stories on like a more grander scale, like a cinematic scale, if you will, but without losing their quirkiness, I feel like, especially in this music video.
I appreciate the quirky, tongue-in-cheek, naughty quality about them, and they've had that since debut. I did not know about the SM acquisition. Yeah. I did notice the higher budget in their latest releases.
Exactly.
I ain't mad at that at all.
Right. And especially with a group like 82 Major, who, again, they have roots in a smaller company, but the quality of the music has always been great with them. And it's so exciting to see them get the support that they deserve. And especially with this song, Sign, it's like really cute to see them play with these a little bit more mature themes, because Sign, it's more of like, those first few conversations that you have with people when you're getting to know each other again, where it's like, that's why they have the tick tick tock. It's like the tiki taka, like the banter between people. So it's like, oh girl, what's your sign? Like, what's your MBTI? Like things like that. Like but just
it's overtly flirting, pursuing.
But a little bit more mature, right, than the Islet one, because they are very well, there are visuals in the music video where they are dancing in water in all white, and I'll let people go find that on their own.
That's the main thing I remember about the video.
If you want to see just those shots from the music video, go watch the performance version.
Haha. I think we'll shift on over to our main topic, which is another exciting boy group, CORTIS.
Yeah, the original young creator crew, as it were.
Right. Now this is a group of young creators. So they have their first comeback album. Is it a mini album, EP?
It's a mini. There's only 5 songs.
There's 5 songs on this mini album, and I think it's called Green Green.
Yes. The
title track is called Red Red. And so first of all, what's with the naming convention? What are they talking about here?
Well, it's like they're trying to make fetch happen. They're trying to create these new terminologies for these kind of concepts of like things that these barriers that you face in life, all this red tape, like trying to prevent you from like doing what you want, or try to keep down or stifle your creativity. And then the green is like the green light, the opening up of opportunity for you to express yourself, try new things. And we see that in Red, where they're like, oh, it's red to follow what everybody's doing, to have like nunchi in that way,
to play small.
And then it's green to be somebody who like will climb a wall, like do something unexpected that's out of the norm, and try to find yourself in that way.
Got it. Yes. Okay, so it's a red light, green light, but like they're telling us like what's cool.
Yeah, they're almost making like a slang out of it, which I don't know.
They're trying to. Yeah. That's cute. Hey, you know what? It's better than just ripping off and appropriating, so I'll give them that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of eyes on this group and on this comeback. Like, they broke records with their first release. Yeah, Go, Fashion. They really like burst onto the scene with a sound that K-pop was not really doing before, and with, yes, as you said, this young creator crew ethos,
DIY mentality.
DIY, we're all producers, writers, dancers, we all have professional experience before coming to debut. And so I think a lot of eyes are on, like, can they keep the momentum with their sophomore project? All right, everybody. So we're going to be reacting to the YouTube official music video for CORTIS Red Red. Feel free to pull it up on your side if you want to react along with us. I'll give a countdown of 3, 2, 1, play, and you press play at the same time as us. So here we go with CORTIS Red Red in 3, 2, 1, play. All right, they're in some kind of dingy environment here. instant coffee machine.
It's like green. There's like a green filter over like the whole music video. It makes everything feel like that dingier.
Okay, this is like a neighborhood restaurant.
Yeah.
We see them in the bathroom. One of them is pretending to be the ajumma at the restaurant.
Or like the son of the ajumma that owns it.
True. Know? They're so silly, everything they do.
Yeah, because it almost feels, it kind of reminds me of like One Teen's Oli Korori, where they like, they meet up with their friend and like they try to like, have a good time with him.
True. Uh-oh. There's gonna be a revenge.
Right, this is the Arthur Fist.
The Arthur Fist. Welcome, Matt. I wonder what's the significance here.
Right. I mean, some of the objects, like if you look at the look at the Korean, it's like they're very just like regular mundane objects, but some of them have like oh, this is like the green something, which are a little bit more like props.
That's a new one. Singing into the smoke vent thing as a microphone.
Like it's the green, the card for the green hakyo.
Green. Yep. Yeah, you don't really see many boy groups, K-pop groups filming in this exact style.
No. And for a lot of editors, it kind of breaks rules with the kind of cuts and like repeating of shots that they do. Like it's very much like TikTok editing in a way, right?
Yes.
But it works. Like I love everything about this so far.
This feels like one of those like movie montages where they're trying to show that like, oh, a year has passed. Here's all the things they're doing.
What we did this summer.
Oh, someone else has the apron. Hee hee hee.
He's like, you thought the food was free? You actually have to work for it. Sorry.
Haha, yeah, there you go. Oh, maybe they tried to dine and dash. Maybe
yeah.
That's it. You're so irreverent. So silly. That's the appeal.
Yeah, because they're boys. They're teenagers. Like my favorite line in the song is the first one that Martin says where he's talking about drinking lattes, and I'm like, right, because you're kids, you drink lattes, you're not adults that drink Americanos.
True. Yeah, they're not talking about throwing back shots and stuff either. So, I sip a latte. The lyrics are super clean. I think James says shit at some point, but otherwise it's pretty tame stuff.
Yeah, and like the what was it? Cooking in the studio till we get stinky, and I'm like, yeah, that's you know, teenage boys probably, it smells.
Sure.
Or it's like I don't know, like maybe an allusion to like, what was it? The Nirvana album.
Smells like Team Spirit.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I do this shit all with my team. Yeah, I remember that line. Yeah. And so the chorus. The chorus. The chorus has those repeating, like, it's red, or it's green, which is like perfect for call and response, crowd play. And they already had a performance showcase where they had the audience going wild already.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's almost there was a few new terms that I learned in Korean with this one, where they're talking about the ears, the taktakwi or something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, it's like ears flapping is like a term, or like ears that are it's a term for like people who are easily influenced by others, like they have their ears open to trends and they do them.
Paranki, paranki.
Paranki, yeah.
Paranki. That's RedRed. So don't be like that. Don't get easily swayed by what others are saying. Nunchina.
Yeah, it's great. It is making fetch happen for me, I'll be honest.
Yeah. How do we feel about the audio, the choreo?
I think I told you, at least on the audio front, the first time I had heard it, I wasn't sold. But then I think I heard it a lot of times and I was often exposed to it because it was very, very popular.
Yeah.
And I came around. I think it was because it is a little bit different from, or at least the sounds that I was hearing in their first EP, but the
like trap.
Yeah, the trap sounds, heavy, and even like the acoustic, like centered, like lullaby. So it was interesting to get introduced to this new element of CORTIS' sound, which makes sense because it's their sophomore album. They're trying to show the new things that they can do.
Yeah, and it's also not totally unexpected either when we think about what artists they are really inspired by. So like A$AP Rocky and Playboi Carti, those artists play in between rap and rock sounds as well, and like mischievous bad boy. Between like being a rock star and being a rap star. I noticed that they put out some pretty lengthy behind the scenes making of content. And maybe you've watched more of these kinds of behind the scenes videos for other artists, but it struck me as the look of the video was minimally produced. It felt like we're watching it unfold in real time without a lot of the fast cuts, like variety show style. It felt like I'm not saying that it's accurate or it's real, but that it was filmed in such a way that it was like a slower paced unfolding, so that it really looked like we are seeing like the full length of their practice and process.
Right.
I think that's intentional.
And I think that is adding to, because especially with their debut music videos, they were very high budget, high production.
Yeah, polished.
Well, we still saw like the demo versions that they had put out where they had shown like their process of like, oh, we want to do these kinds of shots or these kinds of angles. I think with RedRed and especially TNT, you get to see a little bit more of that in the production of the music video, where it feels like it's almost like them just, guerrilla shooting, all the shots, like what you would see from somebody who was like a young creator, even on the YouTube channel, like how they would just kind of, go with the flow and do what they were feeling instead of relying on shot lists and like these very specific production elements that we see in a lot of K-pop music videos from large companies.
Looking at USM, right? Yeah. And this video I'm thinking of in particular, if folks want to check it out themselves, the name is not making of, behind the scenes. The name is Cooking RedRed.
I mean, I get it, but
it's like, let them cook. Oh.
Yeah. It's whatever.
I know. Yeah. And I wanted to point out just like more on this, like, okay, the story here is authenticity, like not too much polish, to the point where the coordinators, whose faces are blurred, we can't see the staff, but we hear some of the things that they say during the filming. One coordinator said, hey, make it feel less like choreo, Martin. Like in his, like turning around, he's by himself and he's jumping around in a circle. And the coordinator says, hey, like make it look or make it feel less like choreography, like more natural, as if you're just impulsively freestyling. And then in another part of the video, one of the coordinators said, hey, you just have to be roughly in sync dancing with each other. You don't have to be like knife cut sharp in sync, as long as your facial expressions are on point.
The 표정.
Yeah, exactly. And that really made me think like, okay, this is like, these are definitely trained dancers. They can be in sync, but the priority with them is the facial expressions. It is the personality. It is like us connecting with them and thinking that they are a certain kind of person.
Right.
I'm very fascinated by
which is very different if you compared them to at least other groups in big hits. It's almost something that we would think of like a YG group, like Icon.
Yeah.
Icon is very much known for being that kind of like having that very tight choreo, but still almost have a raw feel in the performance, but still being very, very like you can feel the personality.
Yeah. They're totally walking in the footsteps of like Bobby, B.I., like those kind of. Yeah, where it's personality first.
Yeah, but doing it in their own Cortis way.
Totally.
Yeah.
Looking at the producer credits on this, I noticed some pretty big time American writers and producers. We have Jasper Harris, who has done work with artists like Jack Harlow, Post Malone, Tate McRae. We have Skywater, who's worked with them before as not American. I think Skywater is British, right?
Yes,
but he's like an experimental, young, scrappy hip hop artist. And I went and checked out some of Skywater's lyrics. He's got a dirty mouth, dirty mind. Let's just say that. And so just imagining him working with CORTIS when they don't talk about none of that stuff. They don't talk about sex. Or
at least in their final cuts. Like there are some demos where they...
True. Yeah. That's a good point. Like in CORTIS's final cuts or whatever, like all of the lyrics are these really clean messages, but like we know that they are thinking about other things as well and listening to other music. So it's just interesting to hold that both. Duality.
Yeah.
And then writers like Derek Milano, who've worked on Megan Thee Stallion Savage, is credited as a composer and lyricist there. And of course, we'd be remiss if not mentioning that like CORTIS members themselves are involved in composition, writing, production on all the songs in the album.
Yeah, so they do have help. Like we just spend a lot of time talking about like their DIY-ness and things like, but it's still the big hit. It's still the high
production.
Yeah.
And yeah, you if you're watching the video on this, you see my kind of squinting, scrutinizing side eye here of like how much of this is constructed for our consumption. Like yes, like both and they can be really talented. And we can be seeing some of their authentic like joy together. And it's also super intentional on Hybe's part that we consume the image this way. They're selling us authenticity, quote unquote. Yeah, a critique that CORTIS has received, and it's not CORTIS specifically. It's a critique of all like Korean pop, K-hip hop.
Yeah, all of K-pop really.
It's all of K-pop, but the idea of cultural appropriation, the idea that CORTIS is putting out music that is directly taken from American hip hop music that is usually delivered with a bit of an edge. It's talking about pretty dirty, edgy adult topics in the lyrics, whether that be violence and killing or sexual topics that tend to be what the Black American and British hip hop artists that CORTIS look up to are talking about and doing and showing. And then CORTIS puts out a version that sounds like that. It sounds like that rhythmically, musically, but is not coming from that place and is not talking about that material and is not, the critique I'm seeing is that it sanitizes or deblackifies the hip hop music. It's a version of hip hop for people who don't like Black people. It's a version of hip hop for folks who want to like guilt free enjoy the edgy minor chords and the sounds of the trap beat, but don't want to be caught associated with the Black people and the lifestyle and the origins.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I think it's important that we name that critique and kind of discuss it a little bit before we get too deep into this. It came to me, especially as I was reading off the producer credit for RedRed, this Jasper Harris person notably worked with, what do these artists have in common? Post Malone, Jack Harlow, Tate McRae.
Oh God, when you put it like that.
The Avengers of white culture vulture. Like the Avengers of
not Post Malone anymore.
Well, he still did it.
Still did it.
Jack
Harlow definitely said he got blacker.
Off of Black music. Yeah, Post Malone made his money and his reputation off of Black music and then pivoted when it wasn't of use to him anymore. Mm-hmm. And so for CORTIS to be, I think it's not a coincidence that, not saying like they as artists are at fault of their doing anything, but that Hybe perhaps has this kind of goal in mind.
Mm-hmm. And that is a bit of a negative shift, at least in that sense of like production credits versus their first debut EP, where you have somebody like Tizo Touchdown, where they're sure. And then who's a producer as well as some like an artist featured on the album. Like he's like they had the only artist that they had featured was Tizo.
Yeah,
and so that felt like a way of, again, taking from something, but also showing respect by,
Yeah, let's credit you. Let's feature you.
Yeah.
Let's have you in the studio, in the room, and show you on camera. Yeah. So it's not, I don't want to say this is a binary, all or nothing, throw them in the trash. Like that's the soundbite idea. And that's really tempting in a social media landscape, but the picture here is more nuanced, because at the same time as certain fans are gleefully listening to CORTIS thinking that they invented hip hop and wow, they're so unique and creative, oh my gosh, like some fans are in Delulu land on that, and are actively anti-Black and hating on, like, they would never be caught dead listening to A$AP Rocky and Playboi Carti and like, oh, that's dirty. No.
Never.
So while there's a population definitely in that category, there's also fans who I talk to and who I see on the Reddit forums who are like, oh, CORTIS is making me curious about this other music. Can someone recommend me Playboi Carti songs to get started? Or like, CORTIS introduced me to Skywater or Tizo. And it's really fun. It's really good.
People who watched or listened to our first CORTIS episode know that we were also introduced to Tizo through
right.
them.
No, I didn't know who. Out of the loop. Yeah, so both things are happening.
I think it's time then to get into TNT, because I feel like, especially in that music video, that they talk about things that are more genuinely specific or show things more genuinely specific to them in this moment, right?
Yeah, they talk about more some real stuff, real shit, as you say. So we are reacting to a second YouTube video, everyone. It is CORTIS TNT. And so if you want to react along with us, go ahead, pause, and pull up the video. And I'll give us a countdown of 3, 2, 1, play. You press play at the same time we do.
Okay, ready?
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Is that like a fishbowl lens? It seems like they're in a regular neighborhood in Korea.
Just Ajashi walking out getting his paper.
And I'm hearing that familiar trap sound. This almost sounds like a little like Black Beatles, Ray Shremmerd. And the little ad libs in the middle. Let's go. Body roll time. Look at all these people running them down. Oh no, someone's gonna get trampled. Oh no, yeah, everyone's trying to touch them. Yeah. Because this really happened to them at the airport. Whoa. It's like an explosion in the store. I guess they had enough.
Okay, back at the school. Back where it's safe.
Okay. Yeah, stay in school, everybody.
See, all these shots of like, all these close-ups. And then repeating shots again, shots.
Yeah. You never see that.
Oh no, they followed them to the school.
They mentioned CO2. Very high school. Catching them with the silly facial expressions. This is wild. They're distorting their voice just like the trap god hip hop artist.
Gosh.
Cardi, Don Toliver.
This is almost a horror movie in a way.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
And it's filmed in that way. Like you're running with them.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes cannot keep up with what's happening. Wow.
Right.
Whew. I had to flutter my eyes to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. And then you watch this and think, okay, I know it's hype, but like how many people maybe were actually like how many shots were maybe like CGI? Like
I know. I have to assume that AI is used.
Yeah, but then you sit and you look at these credits, right, Stephanie?
But then, they came out ahead of that criticism.
Mm-hmm. With crediting every
look at all extra these people.
On every day.
There's like
not even just
here.
All one list. Like there's
day
at
one,
least
day two.
There was at least anywhere from like on a day 200 to 500 people.
Wow.
On set.
Yeah, they listed all their names. Yep, day 4. They said, y'all are not going to call us AI.
For real.
Like Blackpink jump. Oh. Oop.
Mm-hmm.
Oop.
But and then that's where it's like the music video visually has that very DIY feel, but that's where you get the big hit. Like they have the production and to hire stunt teams that can handle shots and scenes where you have 400, 500 people just running.
Yeah, I was like, that's either stunt actors or like they signed hella waivers for injury protection liability.
Mm-hmm. And with Korea and their long history of zombie films that there are a lot of stunt houses that can pull that off.
I wonder how many of those folks were in like All of Us Are Dead.
Right.
They just called up that whole cast.
But that I think on the first watch I was like, oh, this is really cool how they did the shot. But the second watch, especially right now, I started to feel more of the anxiety of the running and the crowds and the just compactness and the tightness of all the shots. Like everything's very close to the face, so you can see the emotions.
Yeah.
In some cases it's funny, like with the stills of the derpy moments, but
yeah, it's like they try to make light of it in a way. So, but if you really think about it, it's a traumatic experience to be treated like prey almost, as these Sasang fans, anti-fans, obsessive fans, like don't see you as human anymore. They see you as something they want to own and consume and touch, and they'll stop at nothing. They'll be violent with you. So yeah, when you really stop to think about it, it's quite dark.
Right. And it's not just like, it's everybody, like all the Ajishis, all the Ajumas, young, it's the physical representation of all of their fans, really.
Oof. Ouch. Yeah. And so, right. Compared to the last video and maybe something like fashion or whatever, like this is a little more mature content. They're actually trying to say something that is specific to their experience. That's the other critique that CORTIS and similar groups get is like, they ain't saying nothing that is meaningful to them or to anyone else.
Genuine to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are they really struggling with? Like, how many songs can we have about, oh, be yourself, or I'm gonna rip the stage, you know, like, say something, you know? So this is bordering on that.
In this case, it was a little bit more creative, like the, you know, TNT exploding, but they also like liken it to, I think, like in Martin's verse in the first one, he's like firing neurons, like these explosions of ideas in your brain coming out into like these hits and explosions in real life, you know?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. To be fair, not many of the lyrics specifically in this song are referring to those fans and the airport situation. It's more the video production where they chose to send
they do
that
talk
message.
about the airport. They talk about like Incheon, Gimpo, you know, we tear it up.
They mentioned that, yes. Yeah. But like, still, if you're not familiar with what happened and you're just listening, you wouldn't know that it's about that.
They're not giving an action of like, don't call me, or you know, it's not like it's
leave
like
us alone.
It's just more showcasing the emotions and like what these situations are for them.
Yeah, that you're making us so mad I want to explode like TNT. Just watch out. Yeah. And so for this, the sound, like I said, is going right back to their first EP, the same kind of sludgy trap, dark, minor chord, hip hop sound that fans know and love from CORTIS. And we can credit at least some of that to producer Zach Fogarty, who has worked with A$AP Rocky and Gene Dawson. As well as the CORTIS members being big fans of that sound. So that felt familiar, and I felt myself body rolling to it. Ooh.
Yeah, Jack Fogarty, and then Slush Puppy, Thomas Bridges, Supreme Boy, and his noise. Yeah, all still on. All the hip hop heavy hitters.
Exactly, right. The regulars. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on some of the B-sides, some of the other songs on the EP or mini album, because there's a couple that are in the lane of TNT, like YCC, I would say, is like right in line,
right? Yeah.
With the with the TNT sound.
Yeah, the
Acai.
The young creator crew, I think, is probably my favorite B-side, just because it's like there's the play of the word of like young cuckoo, like young creator kuru, and like almost the calls to like cuckoo clocks and yodeling that you hear in the soundscape of the song, like in the I feel like it was very fun and unexpected.
Yeah, I was like, what are they saying? Young cuckoo, young cuckoo,
young cuckoo, cuckoo.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Yeah. And then they had, I think the one slow song is Blue Lips. Or was there another one? Yeah.
Yeah, just Blue Lips, I feel like is the lullaby of this album.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe lyric wise, I feel like it didn't sell the emotion of like the ballad song of the album for me. But maybe I'm not really connecting with the message of the lyrics then.
So here's one where they're talking about a love interest. That's kind of new, right? We don't really hear a lot about that. Martin saying he spotted somebody at the pool. Make me fall into your pool. Make me a fool. I'm drowning. Don't want to lose it. My blue lips.
Maybe that's it. I'm not exactly sure what the blue lips is.
Like,
meaning?
Are you drowned? Are you asphyxiated?
Are you dying? Yeah.
That's an odd choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been feeling way too cold. Out of the pool, I know you'll be gone. Can we stay in here a little bit more? Yeah, I feel like it's, now that I look at the lyrics, it is a kind of sloppy, awkward concept. It's like, I don't want to be thinking about drowning and dying in your blue lips because you want to stay in the pool with me.
Yeah.
That's not romantic. Maybe it is to somebody.
Right.
But I feel you.
It is to Martin.
I guess. Right. He wrote this. Blame him. Blame Martin. What I do appreciate is the sound. This is a minimalist R&B ballad sound that a lot of folks are comparing to Frank Ocean.
I'm still happy it's on the album.
Yeah, happy it's there. Shows what they have in mind, what they can do a little bit more, but just needs some work on the lyricism. But yeah. All right. Anything else we want to say about the album?
I think we should just get into our scores now.
Let's get into the scores.
Yeah.
Shall we do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Was CORTIS's Green album deblack or not?
I will go first and say not.
You've been on a not roll.
I know.
Yeah? What is it?
But what's your score first?
All right, I'll say not as well.
See, I was wondering, I was like, does that mean she's Daybach on it?
No. I know, I'm just acting dramatic.
I recognize that it's possible that this album is just coming for me at the wrong time. Like, I know
Not
when high school, but then also season wise, I know once summer hit and like the weather got hotter, I really sat more with their first EP and enjoyed it more in that time. So maybe when the summer rolls around, I'll bring my knot over once I listen to it more. I mean, it's only been a few hours since we listened to the whole thing, really.
It's true. It came out today at 4 a.m.
But just listening to it and then listening to the first one, I think I'm still leaning towards the production, the lyrics, and the concepts in the first one. Though I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see more. I don't think it's not like a not throw it in the trash. It's more like not right now.
Not right now. So it's not a not forever. It's a not right now. I like that.
Yeah.
You're deferring. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Music can grow on you for sure. It's a not for me for some of the same reasons. I appreciated their first releases a little bit more, just in terms of the melodies, the catchiness.
That was
I still have Go and Fashion stuck in my head in a way that RedRed is gonna just fall out of my ear. And even TNT, compared to those other releases, they're just not like melodically appealing to me. So musically,
yeah,
I think that they are leaning hard into this personality play, like their facial expressions and the way that they're filming the music videos. They seem to really have fun with these avant-garde camera angles and techniques and stuff, and such talented dancers. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But they might be getting away from the pure like musicality part. Like I was just thinking about, I've been listening to Don Toliver's Octane album a lot and thinking like, wow, just like musically, CORTIS has not and probably could not come close to releasing something like a Gemstone or Body, where you where you sample things that are so important, deeply important to the culture, and you transform them to form the basis of your instrumental. Like I'm not sensing that level of depth of study. just to like be direct and blunt.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they're just getting started, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. This is their first comeback ever, really.
But they have a little ways to go, like music wise. They have all these other pieces, and I'm eager to see what they put out next.
Mm-hmm. I would hope, especially if, given like what their goal is to be a young creative crew and to be really involved in their what they're making, like that, that they might be able to get close to something like that in the future. Because I'd be very interested to hear what that sounds like, or at least that attempt. Because then you could get into sort of like what we didn't like about Arirang as an album not fully connecting to the Korean experience, and maybe CORTIS could find out what was missing there and do it.
Yeah.
But also do it not just from the Korean perspective, but also a Korean Gen Z or Korean youth perspective who have different bits of culture and different ideas and feelings and dreams that they could showcase in that way, which I think would be really, really cool.
That's a great point. The comparison to BTS, we're getting it in like before the buzzer.
It's apt in their big hit. They're the baby, the sons of BTS at this point. TXT is the middle. TXT is the middle child. They're
the younger brothers.
The sons of Big Hit.
Yeah,
TXT is the big. BTS is the big older brothers.
Yeah.
This is kind of where they fit in the family of it all.
That's a good point. Yeah, what is CORTIS? Yeah, I saw somebody on Reddit make the provocative comment that CORTIS is doing what BTS attempted and failed to do on their latest album, on the Arirang album, with songs like Fire, like trying to do the hip hop thing, but with more edge, more looseness.
Yeah.
And while that may be true, CORTIS could go even farther. They could go even deeper.
Yeah.
Into studying hip hop and the edge and relating with the people. Like, go be with the people. That's I feel like they tasted that. They got some video footage, but they didn't stay.
And going back to the first one again, there was almost the pilgrimage to Los Angeles in that debut album, where you see them in the studio with the producers in LA, like going to LA, being in a sense being with the people that you don't get with this project.
Yeah, like if that's what you're trying to sound like, if that's what you're trying to do and do it right, there's no other choice. You got to go be with the people.
Agreed. But like I said, first, I'm excited. I'm excited for more CORTIS. Like, it's great. Yeah. Great. Hopefully all of our predictions will come true. Well, that will be a great album for us to talk about later.
Yeah. Looking forward to the full album. Let's go. All right, everybody. We're going to wrap it up here by letting our listeners know where they can find us on social. You can find me, Stephanie, on Instagram at Catchlight27.
And I'm at PDNim on the K-Popcast Slack. And of course, you can find all of us on the K-Popcast Slack. And if you want to support the show, please consider donating to our Ko-fi. Shout outs again to Dina, Chelsea H, and Lady Sensa, and Liz.
All right, thanks. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Yeah,
that's too quiet.
Can't have both, Stephanie. You gotta pick one. Is it too quiet or the one it was before?